Anthony, thanks. Midland could be onto something. The commercial space industry is starting to take off, and Midland could be a centralized spot for all of it. So why? Well, West Texas, it's in a good location with typically clear skies, great flying weather. It's also the only spaceport in the country smack dab next to a commercial airport. Sammi Steele caught up with Midland Development Corporation to see how the tall city is capitalizing on this opportunity.
Here in West Texas, one industry remains king. But over the next decade, the hierarchy might change. The commercial space industry is looking at making Midland Spaceport a fundamental location.
Projections are federally that it could be $1 trillion industry with a T in the next decade. And so while some of that still feels very kind of Jetsons and futuristic, there are real life everyday applications for it. Cell phone, space, federal like DOD, Department of Defense. I mean, there are government contracts available for these kinds of companies that are coming to Midland.
But why Tall City?
Well, we're in the center of the country. We don't have the air traffic density that they do on either coast or in large metropolitan areas. We have access to the Gulf of Mexico fairly readily if you're in a plane, and a lot of it's about hypersonic, and so you have to be able to break the sound barrier. Our proximity to Spaceport America in New Mexico and White Sands also gives us a lot of, and we are centrally for all of the other spaceports regionally, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Houston. Midland is right there in the center, and so we have a lot to offer in that space.
3 different companies are at the spaceport: Avalon Space and Technology and Science, Nano Avionics, and Kepler Aerospace. All 3 tenants have been in Midland since 2018 and have created over 200 jobs.
It makes sure that when you do have a downturn and you have these guys that are engineers, these men and women that have gone to school and have a high-level education, that they have a place to pivot to.
MDC is in talks with adding 3 to 6 more companies to the spaceport over the next year. Reporting in Midland, I'm Sammi Steele, News West 9.